A new generation of Seluwessi cardinal shrimp has arrived, everyone. There's a few babies around the tank, and I noticed this guy is just sitting here posing so nicely for us. What a handsome little guy. He's just chilling, just eating the noms. Been doing pretty good. I have been making sure this tank is more well fed than before. I had a small issue, if you look back in my videos a little while ago, where unfortunately I had a small die-off of these shrimp. Now, I quickly realized that they just weren't getting enough food. They were having problems with molting and such, but if you look here, that's a good molt. That's a good molt over there. And the thing is, these guys are kind of tricky to feed because if you give them a pellet of food, they just don't eat the pellet of food. So you have to feed them what they would normally eat in the wild. So biofilm, algae, that sort of thing. And that's what this big rock here is for. It's for biofilm and algae to grow on. So what I ended up doing is a small experiment, and I was feeding some Bacter AE a lot more often than I normally would with any of my other tanks. Now this is basically just feedable biofilm, more or less. And after I started doing that, they started being a lot more happy, a lot more skadoodly, and they were molting more, growing faster, and now reproducing. Isn't that right, little guy? Welcome to the world. Well, the reason I was a little hesitant to do it is because Bacter AE is very well known for being a bit potent in the sense that it can raise your ammonia and thus your nitrate as well really quickly, especially when the shrimp kind of just don't eat it right away. But the thing about these shrimp are that's their primary way of consuming food. So as soon as the biofilm is ready to be eaten, they eat it immediately. It doesn't have a chance to even convert anything to ammonia or nitrite, the whole process. So it really doesn't matter how often I feed Bacter AE. I can feed it once a day with upwards of a quarter to one-third of a spoonful every single day, and the ammonia levels will not increase because these shrimp just pick at the rock where the biofilm grows on non-stop. They are always eating whatever it is that they like to eat. So biofilm and algae is an absolutely critical component to ensuring their survival. This wasn't an issue originally just because I only had 8 shrimp to start out with, but although you may not see it because of this gigantic rock, there are a ton of these little guys behind, underneath, and just kind of scattered around the tank everywhere. So there wasn't enough food to go around, and it wasn't until the population got a bit more dense that it became an issue where I needed to feed the tank, or I needed to grow algae and biofilm faster for them to consume. So the higher the density of these shrimp, the higher the density, or the more often I must replenish the biofilm in this tank. So, lesson learned. But just wanted to show you guys that these little fellas are absolutely doing good. There's another little baby back there. Hi, little fella. Can we zoom in on you? Will my camera let me do that? Yeah, my camera's a little fussy. These guys are like the perfect shrimp for Christmas. They're red with their little white boots, their little white sock feet. And it looks like snow going around in the tank when you add the Bacter AE. And you got this green algae that they like. All the Christmas colors, just in time. So, things have been going pretty decent in this tank. It's slow. These guys don't really reproduce all that fast. or all that much. And when they do, there's not really a whole lot of babies that come out of each clutch. But they are there. Hey little guy, there's another baby. How you doing? So yeah, Seluwessi cardinals. They're a bit skittish, but once there's more of them in here, they'll definitely be out and about. Just gotta remember to feed the tank back to AE every day or so.